Baggins there. Frodo here, Frodo Baggins. Now, it's coming up for a special day. It's my birthday soon, and my Uncle Bilbo. And he wants everything just right. But he also wants, obviously, some bit of scran, because he does like that. Oh, and an ale. Prancing Pony, got a special offer on at the moment, and this lovely dark ale. I've got young Sam to nip down Prancing Pony and bring a barrel back, so we're all right with ale. This special mug, this. Apparently, they've got this newfangled game down there called darts. You throw like arrows at a board, try and get a good score. And apparently, if you're good at it, they give you one of these mugs. I don't know how Sam got it, he's bloody used it. Anyway, Bilbo wants everything spick and span for his party. So he's given me Sting here. And I'm just sharpening it up for him. I don't know why he wants it sharp. But anyway, there you go. But anyway, I'm going to cook him a dinner. And we're going to make a nice fish casserole. Tell you why in a minute. But first off, I better get rid of my knife. Well, my sword, isn't it? It's Hobbit sword, really. Do you know this glows blue when there's goblins about? But anyway, let me get myself sorted and I'll show you how we're going to make this fish casserole. Right, to start with, I need to get some potato done. A nice tater here from the old gaffer's garden. And so, get that knife. I could use Sting, but I don't think Bilbo would be too impressed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that potato into three, and then I've got here a pan of boiling water, a good generous pinch of salt, and now we're just going to put them taters in there. Wait, not over there, in there. Splash bloody water every bloody where. Oops, sorry, Hobbit shouldn't swear. Now I've got salt in there. We're going to boil them potatoes in there for about 15 minutes. So the elves come up with this nifty little device here where I can say how long I want it to cook for. So that's just coming up the boil. So let's set that on 15. Now, it's a big party. It's a big party, particularly for Bilbo. 11:1. And various people have been coming, getting readiness for this party on Monday. The elves, they from Rivendell, because they're best mates with Bilbo, they dropped off some lambus bread. Okay, but we don't want to get slacking on that, do we? It looks like somebody, I bet that's that bloody Sam, has been in here. We don't snack on that, because you only want one small piece of that and you feel full for a fortnight. Well, have you seen the size of them bloody elves? Like bleeding matchsticks. Right, so we want to boil that. Now, I've got about 2.5, 3 red onion. I've got a couple of lemons. I've got some parsley. I've got some cheddar cheese. It's a nice good old Shire cheese. Some kale, grown by Gamgee. Well, he's Gamgee, isn't he? But the old gaffer. I've got my fish that Sam fished out the Brandywine. I'll come to that in a minute. I've got some cream and I've got some crème fraiche. That's an elven thing. Don't worry about that. And then obviously we need a pot to cook it in. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I'm sure there must be something else, but I don't know. But anyway, let me clear this up and we'll start prepping the rest of it. Now, these onions, they're from the old gaffer's garden as well. I'm just peeling these because the old gaffer is Bilbo's gardener. But he also grows his own veg as well, obviously. And so, of course, in a way, I suppose you might say he's my gardener as well, because I lived with Bilbo. Not like that. He's my uncle. And Sam's actually sort of like my best friend. They can be a bit of a pain in the arse at times, but there you go. Now, what I want to do with this onion is, and I need a bowl to put this in. We want a thinly slice this onion, and like I said, you probably want, it's because it's the size of these onions. A couple of my onions there were a bit on the small side, so you want sort of 2 reasonable sized onions, and they're not. Now, I said to you about we got some fish, or rather Sam, he's really quite good at fishing. I mean, like the rest of us hobbits, he don't want to get his in that bloody water. We don't like that. But we do like a bit of fishing. Well, Sam does anyway. I can't be arsed, but there you go. So all I'm doing now is just chopping up or slicing up that onion. I think actually I might have wasted an onion here, because I think I seem to have plenty of onion in there. Perhaps I'll do that one little bit. So I've done 2.5 onions. Now, chucking it in the bowl, because we're going to chuck everything together, mix it all up as such, and then we're going to put it in a casserole dish. I did think about doing it in a casserole dish straight away, but you know what us hobbits are like. Awkward bastards. So now I've got some parsley. Now, the old gaffer grows this as well, but he also grows wild just down the bottom, bag shot row. So when I've got that, can't keep nicking everything off taking everything off of the old gaffer, can we? So I'm just going to chuck that in there. Whoops. Oh, I nicked my finger earlier on bloody sting. I don't want to nick it on my bloody kitchen knife. I'm getting a lot of swearing for a bit, you know. Now, I've then got some kale. Mainly because it was in season. It's a bit chopped up. That's going in there as well. Okay. Now, a bit of parsley there. Lemon. These come from Rivendell as well. Oh, my taters are almost done. Now, don't tell him. This is Samwise's his seasoning box. He's got his seasoning kit. Well, he did have, but I like that box, so I nicked it. Took the seasoning out, and it's got me long bottom leaf in it now. So a bit later when that's cooking, I can try out that. Ooh, a bit of long bottom leaf along with that owl. Gonna be great. So got me lemon chopped. I'm not going to put it in there yet, because I need to get my fish skinned. Luckily Sam has already gutted them and filleted them for me, but I just need to get the skin off. I'll let you watch me do that in a second. Now that funny little timer thing that beeped at me and told me that that's done. So I'm going to turn that off, and then what we want to do is drain their taters. So they're not properly cooked yet, but they're partly cooked, and I'm now just going to chuck some cold water over them, because we want to handle them in a minute. Now, that fish I told you about. So what we got here, oh, I don't know what that is, but it's a nice bit of fish there. And like I say, he's already filleted them, but he's left skin on, lazy bastard. And then this fish here, actually, although Sam caught this, he took it to the old, oh, funny bit apparently, the old miller, old Sandy, as we call him. And what he's done is he smoked it, long bottom leaf, and it's given it this little yellow colour. Now that's a bit adventurous for most hobbits, smoked fish. But then again, it's long bottom leaf, and it's fish, and it's food. So they're quite happy with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to skin these in a minute, but I'm just going to check them taters. Is take that fish, we want to get the skin off. So all you do is you just run your blade, got a special fillet in one here, along the bottom here, and what you should find, actually, it's been a bit of a bugger, do it that way, no, I just carry on like that. You should be able to take the skin off, apart from that bit there which has been a bit of a bugger, without losing too much fish. No, and it's done it to me again there. There you go, look at that, you little bastard. Yeah, you could, if you want, leave it with the skin on, but a lot of people don't like that, do they? So, and, well, some of them younger hobbits, even though it's only me and Bilbo eating tonight anyway, and Sam tries to wangle his way in on it, you know what he's like, little git. It'd be free food, can we have some? So I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of this. Last time I did this, worked really well. But there you go, that's just life for you, isn't it? Oh, not matters, because we are going to chop it in lumps. It's just, the whole idea was, I'm taking that off the skin in one lump. Anyway, it's probably this bloody smoking, bloody messing about with it. It's probably ruined this bloody fish, isn't it? So, I told you it's a party coming up. It's my birthday as well. Bilbo's been a bit funny about it because he seems to have invited everybody. I mean, I know that's sort of the done thing, but he's even invited the Sackville Bagginses, which is like a bit weird, because he wouldn't normally bother. Anyway, let me finish doing that fish. Look at that, look at that. Off camera, goes perfect. Pain in the ass when I was trying to let you see what I was doing, worked perfect. Anyway, let me get rid of that. Always a bit of skin on there, get rid of that bit, and then we're going to get that in there. So I'm now just going to cut that fish up into sort of chunks. And we're going to chuck that on top of that. I might cut that bit in half. Yeah, like I said, he's been a bit weird about this party. He's sort of talking about something. I mean, like he said to me, can you give old Sting a bit of a clean up and a sharpen? I mean, I don't know why. He does look at it occasionally, but he don't normally that bother with it. I mean, at the end of the day, his days of like chasing after things are well gone, aren't they? But anyway, that's Bilbo for you. So, that's that fish all done. Now, just going to clean this fishy mess up, and we're going to need to get them lemons squeezed all over that. I'm just going to squeeze that lemon over the top. Don't worry too much in a minute, it's all going to get mixed up in a bit. Should have had a bigger bowl by the looks of it. Right, there's a Pip one in there. Not that kind of Pip, he's coming to the party. He's been around a lot lately. He's a good mate of mine as well. Sam's my best mate, obviously. Pip. Oh, that's a bit skinny. Sam's my best mate, but Pip, and Mary a doc, Pippin Took. We're sort of semi-related, all of us. Not because we're all hobbits, just simply the fact that we are. Smashed everywhere. So that lemon juice has gone in there, and then what I've got over here is some cream from local cows, as it were, and I've got this elven thing called crème fraiche. And I'm just going to mix that in there, and again I should have used a bigger bloody bowl, shouldn't I? Where's my little whiskey thing? I don't know why I'm going to bother, because yeah, see, it's going to make a bloody mess. Should have used a bigger bowl. Just, I don't know if I'll be bothered. I think I'm just going to chuck it all in, because I'm going to mix it all up in a minute anyway. Alright, so in that all goes. So I don't know if I said, don't you go little shit. Can you miss salt? I've got about 250 grams of crème fraiche and about 60 grams of cream. Okay, and what I'm now going to do is I'm going to toss it all together. Okay, so we want to get all of this. See, I told you should use a bigger bowl. All mixed up. Actually, it might be easier if I just tip it in the casserole dish and mix it in there. But we'll give it a bit of a go in here first. Okay. Now, it seems a bit of an odd mix, but there you go. That's hobbits. Now, I'm using kale. You could use some other vegetable if you prefer. It's up to you. Okay. Now, you're going to need to put your oven on. It's nice dark ale. I think he bought another barrel back of some pale ale. Well, paler than that. Might have to try that next. But I put my oven on. What's that mark now? At about 200. Okay, so I'm just getting that heated up, and then, well, then we'll be ready to do the final assembly and get it in that oven and cook it, sort of. Right, so at this point, what I want to do, get rid of that, is we're going to tip all that in that casserole dish. Okay. Now, you want a fairly slim one, like I've got here. Okay. And get all that in there. Probably been better just doing it straight in there in the first place, I don't know. Just create more blooming mess. And you just want to flatten that down a bit. Like that. Oh, there's the paler one. Now, although it came from the prancing pony and brie, I don't know why silly bastard went. Well, actually, it's probably because of the beer. Could have gone to Golden Perch, but he went all the way over to Brie to get this. They don't brew it in Brie. They brew it in another part of the Shire called Camden. So that's a nice. Well, the last one was as well. Ale from Camden. Let's go there one day. Right, I'll flatten that down. I'm going to get rid of them lemons, and there is where the taters are coming back into it. We're taking our taters, and I'm just going to cut them into slices. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that now. I'm going to cut this into slices, which we're just going to lay over the top. Now, there's one final ingredient which I did mention before. The cheese. Cheese grommet. I don't know where grommet is. But there you go. and we're going to grate that cheese because we're going to want to put the cheese on top. Might say again, bit of a funny combination, but like I say, us hobbits, it's food, not bloody goblin food. That's different altogether. Mr. Bilbo sort of experienced some of that when he went on his adventure. Bloody hell, silly bastard. So you doing going on a bloody adventure? Us hobbits, we're gentle folk. We don't want to get going doing silly things like that, chasing after dragons and gold. I mean, although it did have its benefits, he did come back with a few treasures, not as much as the old Sackville Baggins might like to make out, and others. We had a few odd people trying to get in the old and try and find out, oh, where's Bilbo's hidden treasure that he got from the dragon? Well, there isn't any. Okay. He's not hard up by any means, but he certainly ain't full of gold, dragon's gold. Well, he ain't full of it because you don't eat the bless him. Right, so that's on there. I need to just wash my hands and then we're going to grate that cheese. Oh, and then we'll be ready to put that in the oven if that's up to temperature. Yeah, it is. And then perhaps I can have a little smoke and my long bottom leaf with my ale. Not that I approve of smoking, by the way. Purely and simply being in character. So I've got my little bit of cheese, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grate this over the top. Okay, I've got about 150 grams of cheese here, which of course that's not Hobbit language, grams. That's probably some man invention. You know what they're like. Probably from over there, I don't know where from. At the end of the day, you don't get really any men folk out here in the Shire. In fact, the only time you might say a man folk is down at Bree in the Prancing Pony. You get a whole collection of people down there. You get dwarves, you get elves. Sometimes passing through, sometimes just simply because the elves are good. Old Butterbeer there, he does keep a good ale. So he does down at Golden Perch. In fact, actually, I might have to nip down there tomorrow. Right, so there you go. Look at that. That's that done. Actually, I baked a seed cake for Bilbo. He likes his seed cake. That's ready, but he's not having that tonight. Okay, me and him are just having this. So now I'll get my newfangled timer thingy, and I'm going to set that for 20 minutes at the minute. Okay, I've got these special gloves. They were apparently forged by dwarves, because they have to handle a lot of molten metal. So they forged these Challenger gloves. I'm not sponsored by any means, just so you know. Quite happily be sponsored. Anyway, these Challenger gloves were made by the dwarves, Moria, and they're ideal for handling hot things. So these aren't hot yet, but they will be after they've been in that oven 20 minutes. So in it goes. Is that the 200? Might turn it up a little fraction. Right, so let's have a little, get the old pipe ready, bit of long bottom leaf. Don't put long bottom leaf on the floor, that's too bloody good. Okay, especially imported, this is specially imported. So I'm just gonna get that going. So here it is, out that oven. So let's take a portion. Try Try not to touch the edge of that dish. Now I was a bit concerned here that it didn't seem very liquid. But the wife said to me, "Oh, it doesn't smell good." She said, and I said, "Well, yeah, but what's it smell of?" She said, "Fish." I went, "Oh, I'm a bit surprised about that." Bit gone down it. Don't go back there, we gone. Right, so there we have our Brandywine special fish from the Brandywine. Let's give it a go. Where's a bit of fish? It's a bit of fish, not onion. I might have gone a bit overboard on the onion, but there you go. Bit of onion, bit of fish, bit of kale. Bit of potato, bit fucking hot. But that actually is really tasty. Bit of potato, bit of fish, bit of kale, bit of onion. Try again. It's a bit. Kale's still got a nice crunch to it. Potatoes are holding together but not too mushy yet. You get the tanginess of the crème fraiche and the lemon juice. Fish. Oh, there you go. I don't think I'll be needing any of that lembas bread later. Cheers.